Hello, I'm John Foxer in Tunnel Donald West. I'm having How Towards Adventure. I was just looking at the sky. Why not? There's a little hop. For you hop fans, I'm going in there, aren't I? Buying all your hacking goods. Listening to that theme tune. Writing the theme tune.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rats spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying.
Why did you decide to stay in the first place? Oh, my engineer's looking to get a dustback casserole. Can you cook one of those?
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
You take me for an idiot? No damn casserole's worth that much. Try again. Try harder.
Whoa, hold on, Okay. Leak contained. My stars. Look, Captain. This is the best I can do without putting myself out of business.
Right. I'll get back to you on that.
Sure, just let me know. If you got the bits.
Okay.
Sure.
Still there for when I need it. Why did you decide to stay in the first place?
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy.
Seems like you'd want more centimeters.
That's what she said.
There's truly no end to my suffering.
Ever thought of leaving Stellar Bay?
Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goo, what then?
Why don't you just tell me?
Nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me.
That sounds rough.
Even talking about it has my blood pressure up. I've really gotta stop. Lucky you.
I'm off. Well, let's check upstairs. Still this.
Stealing if no one sees.
Not sure if that was worth it. Obviously I'm stealing everything in here just to get it taken. Can't jump off, John. You're afraid of heights. Okay then. Now what? We must be almost finished exploring the town. I was expecting more. Huh.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brax missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like, hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Sorry, I've got to get back to the warehouse.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Ooh, you.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
I'm been asked to pick up a caffeinoid supplement.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits.
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice to the professionals. Now, dearie, who's this pickup for?
Actually, the pills are for me.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents.
Damn. Swing and a miss there.
Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
Oh, that's just awful.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
Nyoka?
Oh, her.
Yeah, I suspected
It's
this.
none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
I don't know you. What? When can Nyoka get her next dose?
I'm afraid it'll be the better part of a month. Our dear Nyoka tends to exhaust her supply rather quickly. Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you, but there's not much I can do. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
I thought you were in charge around here, Auntie. You sure ought to be. Persuade.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room, for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his.
Forgetful fellow, eh?
Careless experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually.
But until then, it's lots of fun.
Episodic pharmacological delirium is no laughing matter, young lady.
Where can I find this, Dr. Williams?
In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
The Flower of Enlightenment?
It's a philosophist symbol of some kind, dearie. Never you mind. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties. Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie.
Guess I'll have to figure this out on my own.
Chin up, dearie.
Wait, what?
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
They're all pretty great.
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball. So, what can I do for you?
You said you're having trouble receiving tossball game transmissions?
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
It's restricted to authorized medical engineers. Let's employee. Let's log into. Let's create a new account. I can't. Let's hack. Sweet. Patient records. Fensefric. No. Patient found. Nyoka. Liver damage, attitude problems, frequent social withdrawal. Let's increase the caffeinoid allotment. Allotment increased to high. Warning: excessive caffeinoid consumption may lead to side effects such as irritability, fatigue, uncontrollable bowel movements, nausea, and death. Caffeinoid storage is approaching critical levels. Resupply recommended. Okay. This is E. Williams. Pep you up. Reactism. I've hypothesized that this combination may awaken my mind and senses to the greater realities around us. If that is true, it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It is perhaps due to these latter effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. We'll have an attempt at a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. Bushberry plus Debil Vol. After my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening the external senses might allow my mind's eye to glimpse the eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. The combinations of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much is so that I soon fell into a stupor. I woke some hours later in a pile of my own sick and most curious craving for Tyleritos. Closterline and triple dosage. Searching file empty. Edwards. Stella Bride. Is this lady writing? Okay. Stella Bride. She's a wide-eyed colonist from Earth. He's a hard-working Saltuna farmer from Monarch. Their attraction blossoms into a whirlwind romance that transforms Stella Bay. Chapter 3. A long way from Arkansas. You can put your things here, Mr. Elliot said, leading Abby into a dim apartment. The place was small, but it had a certain cozy charm. Abby set her bags on the floor and loosened the straps of her jumpsuit. Mr. Elliot coughed, his face suddenly red. If you get warm, you can always crack the window. Breeze from the bay is real nice. Just be careful about mantis worms. As Abby went to take the room key, her fingers brushed his. He had strong, rough hands, a Saltuna farmer's hands. She felt herself blush. You've been ever so kind to me, Mr. Elliot. Call me Archibald, he said. The Passion Broker, a renegade iconoclast, driven by his ideals, finds love in the arms of a mysterious man with a tortured past. Will he follow his head or his heart? Chapter 2. Tall, dark, and handsome. Come on up, said the voice on the comm. It was dangerous and smooth, in a way that reminded Broderick of the iceberg-aged whiskey. The door slid open with a whisper of perfumed air. The hair rose among the nape of his neck, and he proceeded up the stairs. The broker sat with his back to the top of the line, mostly charcoal personal heater, slender fingers tented. So this was the mysterious recluse who manipulated Monarch from afar. Broderick could feel the warmth of the heater from across the room, but it was the look in the broker's eyes that had him feeling feverish. The broker produced a pair of glasses and a bottle of something that looked expensive. He poured it off and held one of the glasses out to the Broderick. For me? He asked, trying to ignore the man's smouldering gaze. Indeed, the broker purred. I hear you're a man of bold tastes. Broderick took his glass. The broker continued, dark hair falling over darker eyes. That's why I've got a rare proposition for you. The glass nearly slipped from Broderick's fingers. He drank it in one gulp to hide the tremor in his hand. It burned all the way down. Clinic of the Heart. A battle-hardened young Earth Directorate soldier visits a remote clinic on Monarch to heal his injuries. When he meets Gale, an elegant older nurse, she goes to work on his heart as well. Chapter 34. Healing Touch. Pelger held her tightly. His strength had returned, that much was clear. Yet here he remained, at the clinic with her. He shook his head, as if he'd read her mind with his perfect green eyes. Gale, the Earth Directorate's calling me back. They want me protecting Byzantium. But I don't know how to leave, not after what we found together. Then stay, she whispered, letting her breath warm his ear. I can certainly find a position for you here. Oh, laws, he moaned, pulling her closer. She pressed a finger to his lips. Shh. The only law here is love. I suspect that's going to be... yeah.
Hello again, dearie. What can I get you?
Hey, Gale, yeah. Who's Velma?
She works over at the fishery next door. Quite the hard worker, but she's got a bit of a temper.
A temper?
Why, just the other day, I heard her shouting from here. I can't imagine what set her off. Oh, but here I go again, running my mouth when it's none of my business. Was there something else you needed? What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
About Dr. Williams.
Such a pity, isn't it? But I suppose it's an important reminder that one can have too much of a good thing. Even costolerine.
Costolerine.
Hello again.
I'm picking up Kevinoid for Nyoka Ramnarin Wentworth III.
Now that can't be. Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth has already exceeded the month's... Oh. Dear me. She does have another dose in her allotment. How did I miss this?
These things happen.
They normally don't in Stellar Bay. Not since Sanjar got us away from the board and their absurd rules. Oh well. Here's Nyoka's caffeinoid, and if I know her, she's probably ready for it by now. Do take care of yourself, dearie.
Sweet. Can I really not do anything with this?
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
Constable. Nope, it's closed. What am I missing?
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
I'm worried that I missed a
Wouldn't know.
mission.
I made it a point to stay out of her way.
It's quite big, this place. Huh. Okay. Not need the workbench in a while.
You trying to get us? What do you think you're doing?
Nothing.
Carry on.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead. Plenty of work to do, especially with so many no-shows.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
I'm tempted to lie about that. What are you talking about, Catherine?
Sorry. Seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough from Fallbrook. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
The chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
He'll come back eventually. You can't contain a person's freedom.
I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, Or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
I'm here to ask about Grimm's poster.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
Who's Nell? I just spoke to Nell, but whatever.
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too.
So it's about money.
Damn right it is.
So you still have the poster, right? You're just giving Grimm's poster away, didn't he pay for it?
No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
You still have the poster, right?
It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
Surely we can work something out.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Work with me. I'm helping you find Braxton, aren't I?
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
What about something else?
Fine by me.
Let's talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
They're hard workers, aren't they? Don't they deserve some compensation for that?
Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work. Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much.
Why can't you give him his pay increase? Caleb says he needs a raise to keep up with the prices around here.
Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire Sublight contractors at this rate.
Sanjar's going to notice your shortfalls before long, and he'll hold you responsible.
Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home. Near the diner.
You willing to meet Caleb halfway?
For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life.
Okay.
Fine by me.
You said Braxton had been stealing drugs.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Awfully nice of you not to say anything.
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the Saltuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Who's this Catherine you mentioned when we first came in here?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a Ground 6 Spacer.
Steal the vermin. I had a cool name, I had to. The terminal is only to be used for official work on behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries. Personal files. Mash random keys. A hack 55. Please enter the name of the employee whose files you want to view. Hect B. Braxton hex files are filled with Saltuna breeding charts, various pharmacological formulae. I'm using them while Saltuna seems to prefer boars and beans over Borstwurst. Ballard V. Velma's personal files are a morass of supply contracts, order forms, spreadsheets, financial records. Careful study of our financials reveal that for the past several years she has been slowly siphoning money from her operating budget into a personal account. The theft is cleverly hidden. Individual substances could be excused as rounding errors or mistakes in simple arithmetic. The sheer volume of occurrences, however, indicates deliberate intent. Right, well that's good enough reason to not help her when it comes to messages. Act. Fish tank 23A are looking real lumpy. If you're not going to make it in, that's fine. But you have to let me know so I can stay on top of the doses. Nandy. Mr. Nandy, we know we need to talk about the Saltuna situation. I've had to let 4 batches rot in the warehouse over the last 2 months because we're not finding buyers. I know the situation with the board puts us on a tough spot, but we need to start thinking about how we're going to keep Stellar Bay afloat if we can't get sales up. And hecked. Seriously, where are you? You've missed 3 shifts. It's getting ridiculous even for you.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Good work, Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
I saw your accounts. You've been skimming money for years. You can afford to pay more.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show?
Ironic, isn't it?
I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another.
I'm not sure I want to intimidate. It sounds remarkably like Caleb's argument.
Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to intimidate if I didn't have to, because that's always the dick option.
Smells like rat in here.
Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the saltina smell.
Trust me, this is worse.
So, Vicar. Vicky. Can I call you Vicky?
Absolutely fucking not.
For a vicar, you sure curse an awful fucking lot.
Look who's talking.
I'm not a fucking priest.
And thank the architect for that.
Yeah, I think I may have the best pair. Trying to find the yacht club. It's around here somewhere. I know I could look at the map, I was just trying not to. Ooh. Also, I need to look at the apartments, don't I? So, what's this? Braxton. There's the yacht club. We'll do upstairs first.
Why don't you grab a chair? sit a spell and revel with us. Got an update for us? We can't afford to sit this out for too much longer. Know what I mean?
Velma was embezzling from MSI. You've got your pay raise.
How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with a bit card of her own accord. As agreed, here's your compensation. Ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Sweet. What did I need 2,000 for? Because I might have 2,000 now. I do.
You're back. Good news? Bad news? All of the above?
I intimidated a bloke, didn't I? Got your magic pills. These things are dangerous, you know.
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Exactly. See? I'm glad someone on your crew's got some sensible. Got her head on straight. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
That was fast. I gotta see about stalking some on the ship.
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment.
Glad to have you.
Great. Where to?
I'm the information broker.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Victor, Max, wait on the ship. We need Nyoka's help for now.
As long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the unreliable crew.
16!
What's up?
Can I ask you something?
What's with the pleasantries? You want to know something? Just ask.
What made you choose the hunter life?
I didn't. I was born into security detail, and when the corporations abandoned this place, I stayed.
Why'd you stay?
That's all I know. Besides, I had a few friends here, and they were staying too.
Few friends? Tell me about them.
No. That's a painful trail I ain't keen on walking again.
Why? What happened?
It's not your business, and I'm not saying more on the subject. What's up?
I'm sure you got all manner of hunting stories. Tell me one.
I took a job once to clear out a rap nest. Partnered up with a fellow out of Fallbrook who called himself Dirty Don. Bit on the shorter side. Had a penchant for cards. Thing is, he introduces himself and the man is immaculate. Clean. He had a flowery presence to him. A pleasantness that didn't invade your space. He was just there and you were glad for it.
So why was he called Dirty Don?
When we set out to hunt down the Raptidons, I found out firsthand where his nickname came from. Dirty Don killed those Raptidons with his bare hands. His bare fucking hands, Captain. He was a whirlwind of grotesque primal fury. In the end, he stood drenched in blood over the entrails of a dozen raps. If he had a scratch on him, I wouldn't have been able to tell. It was glorious.
Damn. What happened to him? Is he still out there, tearing up wildlife?
Day came when he tried to take on a mannequin. Got himself eaten one limb at a time. Wonder if he tasted like soap. Oh well, live and learn. No matter how tough you are, If you're gonna fight something bigger than you, bring a firearm.
Cool. Oh my word, that's a strong gun. 129. That's 214. Anarchist's cookbook. That'll do. Oh, hang on, safe. Oh, it's not very good. Okay. Better at lying. Radius of footsteps downs. And damage to creatures. Okay. That is 19. $26. Cool. Oh yeah, I leveled up as well, didn't I? Lovely. Why is my silence on 61? Oh, it's effective 60. Okay, now that's probably 60. I'm tempted to put engineering up. Cool. Bonus to headshot. Okay. Let's order by family matter. Oh yes. Since we know where it is. Nope.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
Bummer says you outbid Grimm for a signed Tossball poster.
Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bits.
Could I trade you for it?
I don't know. This isn't just some poster. It's a genuine Tossball artifact. The Black Hole doesn't even sign things anymore. He just puts a stamp on them. Of course, the only reason I asked Velma about it in the first place was because those Sublight fellas lost my shipment of official Tossball jerseys. I was gonna line the walls with them. They're the new ones, now with authentic game time aroma.
My favorite fragrance.
Mine too. I wish I could order it by the gallon. Anyway, I guess they tried to take a shortcut around Amber Heights and ran into some trouble. Can't blame them for trying. Those iconoclasts never shut up. But they lost a bunch of cargo, including my jerseys. If you could get those for me, I might let Grimm have that poster.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. Don't put yourself in danger on my account, though. That poster will be a fine substitute.
That's all for now. Cool. Look for our quests. Is it time to let you go? It's time to let you go, actually. I'm going to save my game instead. I've been John Proxy on Channel the West. And I've been having an Outer Worlds adventure. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Select that, shall I?